بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to Day 3 of Qur'an Recitation Mastery. In this video, inshallah, we'll be continuing our lesson, which is Makhaarij-Ul-Huroof. In Day 2 lesson, I did a brief introduction to Makhaarij-Ul-Huroof, and then I explained how the first 6 letters of Arabic are being pronounced. So, makhraj, what do we mean by makhraj? Makhraj means point of articulation, and the plural of makhraj is makharij, which of course should mean points of articulation. Now we have Makhaarij-Ul-Huroof. Makhaarij-Ul-Huroof means points of articulation of letters. You can also say it's the place or area where letters originate or come from. For example, you have letter ba. When you pronounce letter ba, you can notice that letter ba, when you pronounce ba, your lips come in touch. So you say that ba is a, leaves is pronounced from the leaves, and then it's a shafatan. The area of the area where ba originates from is a shafatain. So we have 5 main areas of makharij. The first one is al-jawf, which means oral cavity. The second one al-halq, which means throat. Then we have al-lisan, which means the tongue. Then we have al-shafatain, which is the lips. Then we have al-khayshum, which means the nasal cavity. Alif, as I said in the last video, is pronounced as a, while Hamza is pronounced as a. Alif, a, Hamza, a. Alif, a, Hamza, a. So Alif is pronounced from the oral cavity, and that means that the makhraj of Alif is al-jawf, which is the oral cavity. Then Hamza is pronounced from the throat. So the area where Hamza originates from is al-halq, which is the throat. Then we have letter ba. Ba is pronounced from the lips. Then we say its makhraj is ash-shafatayn. Then we have letter ta. Letter ta, sa, I didn't put sa, I made a mistake there. So letter ta, sa, and jim is pronounced from the tongue. So we say they are al-lisan letters. Then we have letter ha, which is pronounced from the throat. It originates from the throat. So it is al-halq letter. Then we have kha. Kha is also pronounced from the throat. It originates from the throat. So we say it is al-halq letter. So the makhraj of kha is al-halq. Now let's move on to today's lesson. The next letter we have Daal. Daal is a consonant, and it is pronounced from the tongue. That says the point of articulation of Daal is al-lisan. I think you know this already, that al-lisan means the tongue. So when you are pronouncing your letter Daal, the tip of your tongue would meet the upper front tooth. But note here that it's not the roof of your mouth, but the upper front tooth. So you pronounce Dal as in Dal, Dal, quite similar to letter D. Like the pronunciation is quite similar to letter D, but not in all cases. As in Dal, Dal, D. The way you pronounce D is kind of different when you notice the makhraj, the area where letter D originates from. So that's why I said it's quite similar, but not completely similar to letter D. Dal is pronounced as Dal, Dal, Dal. Then we have letter Zal. Daal is a consonant letter. It is also pronounced from the tongue. That means the point of articulation of Daal is al-lisan. The makharaj is al-lisan. It is pronounced when the tip of your tongue meets the edge of the front upper tooth. But in this case, your tongue must come out, as in Daal, Daal, Daal. Your tongue must be out. The next one we have Ra. Ra is a consonant letter. It is pronounced from the tongue. That means the point of articulation of letter Ra is the tongue, al-lisan. Then it is characterized by repetition, though it's characteristic, it's better to avoid it. You can't really characterize the pronunciation of Ra. And then it's similar to the pronunciation of R. But when you pronounce Ra, your mouth, or let me say your lips, would form a circular shape. But when you pronounce letter R in English, your lips would be flat. So that's just difference between letter R in English and letter Ra in Arabic. Ra, your lips would be circled, would form a round shape, while when you're pronouncing R in English, your lips would be flat. So as in rain, rainbow, roof, ring, and Qur'an. So letter Ra, Ra, Ra. Then we have Zay. Zay is considered as a consonant letter. It is pronounced from the tongue. And then when you're pronouncing the Zay, the tongue gets slightly pressed up against the front tooth, with the upper and lower front tooth meeting together and making a buzzing sound. This is just like series, excuse me. So you should just pronounce it as letter Z in English, as in Z, 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 as in zip. So letter Z, Z. So when you're pronouncing your letter Z, the upper and lower front tooth would meet each other, and your tongue would be slightly pressed up against the front tooth, as in Z, Z, as in letter Z in English. Then we have letter Sin. Sin is a consonant letter. Its point of articulation is al-lisan, which is the tongue. Its pronunciation is quite similar to that of letter S in English. So you pronounce sin as in seen, seen, just as in son, socket, sight, so. So seen, seen, seen. Then we have the last letter we will be discussing today, which is letter Shiin. Shiin. Shiin is a consonant letter. Its point of articulation is al-lisan, which is the tongue. It is quite similar to the sound sh, sh, as it is pronounced as sh. So an example is when we have shape, short, shame, shed. So there, the sh sound in those words is similar to the pronunciation of letter Shin in Arabic, as in Sheen. It is also similar to the sound you make when you want to quiet a child, or let me say a kid. So you quiet a child as in shh, shh. So Sheen, Sheen, Sheen. Now, your exercises should find someone who knows how to pronounce Arabic letters properly, your teacher preferably, and let him or her hear you pronounce the letters you learnt in this lesson and have him or her correct you. This is very, very important. You can't learn tajweed yourself because you won't know whether you're making mistake or not. So you need to meet someone who has a fluent recitation to correct you and to listen to your pronunciations. You should also find the letters you learned today in the Quran and try pronouncing them. That being said, let's revise. I said we have letter Daal, Daal, Dhal, Ra, Zay, Sin, and then Sheen. Recap: Daal, Dhal, Ra, Zay, Sin, and Sheen. That's all about it. So in the next lesson, we will be discussing another 6 letters. So you can check the description box below to get your self-test. Make sure you print the self-test out so you can give it to your teacher and he or she will test you. Tajweed is just based on implementation. You just don't have to be cramming theories and all. You need to practice and make sure you're getting it right. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, share to your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. May see you in the next lesson. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.